Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as you guys know, the biggest move that took place this offseason was the acquisition of Damian Lillard by the Milwaukee Bucks. Biggest move. They moved Drew Holiday and some other pieces. But anyway, the main point was them getting Damian Lillard. And ever since they were able to acquire Damian Lillard, there's been all of this excitement surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks. Even I think the odd makers have the Bucks as a team to beat. A lot of people feel like they have a really good chance to come out of the Eastern Conference. Some people feel like the Bucks and the Boston Celtics are the two best teams in the East, and you have the other teams like Miami, Philadelphia, and others who are basically fighting for the other spots, right? So for me, when that move went down, I was one of the people that thought it made great sense because Damian Lillard was presenting something to the Milwaukee Bucks that they didn't have. He was a complimentary star. He wasn't a redundant star. I think what they have in Phoenix is quite redundant because a lot of those guys do the same thing. Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, they do similar things. In the case of Damian Lillard, him, Giannis, Chris Middleton, they all do totally different things. And I think that the pick and roll with Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be one of the most lethal plays in the entire NBA this season, right? So what happened? We're in the preseason. I think teams have played maybe four games or so. Most teams have played 4 games or so, 3 or 4 games. And yesterday I saw on the docket that there was going to be a game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks. They were flying out to LA, and I think it was going to be Damian Lillard's big debut with the team. So I tuned in, I think, like a few minutes to go in the first quarter because I wasn't paying attention to when the game started. So I tuned in, and I think Dame was playing, and I noticed LeBron wasn't playing. I think AD was playing, and I watched a little bit of it. But I said to myself, I'm not going to watch beyond the first half. The reason I'm not going to watch beyond the first half is because I know most of these teams in the preseason, they're not playing their stars because no one really takes it seriously. You're getting a look at different lineups, different rotations. Some guys are just trying to build up a lather to go into the regular season, work on their conditioning, various things. Various players are working on various things, right? So I seldom pay much attention to the regular season, but it turns out the Los Angeles Lakers did not feel that way. It turns out that the Lakers came there to play some serious basketball. And they wanted to make Damian Lillard's life difficult in the beginning of the game by trapping him and doing all of those things. And it turns out that the way the Lakers were pretty much defending Lillard was something that irritated Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he made his feelings known in an article that we found today on on fadeawayworld.net. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by a brand new sponsor, Factor Meals. If you're like me or anybody that works at Dreamerspro, chances are you're a very, very busy person, especially during the lunchtime when you don't have time to go to the grocery store, pick out fresh ingredients, and come back home and cook healthy, delicious meals. Sometimes we're so busy that you just end up finding yourself making a ham sandwich or something like that, which isn't really ideal. And this is the reason why we are excited to be partnering with Factor Meals. Factor Meals is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. You can choose from up to 35 gourmet meals. Every meal is packed with premium ingredients, crafted by Factor Meals' team of culinary experts and designed by dietitians to ensure that every meal is packed with premium science-backed nutritional quality. Your meals are delivered directly to your door, and all you need to do is heat them up in just under 2 minutes. Then they are ready for you to eat and enjoy. So for example, this week, I think I'm gonna go with the Italian herb chicken. What I love is that under every single meal, you can see if it's a calorie conscious option. For example, this meal I just chose is the dietitian approved calorie smart meal, which is around 550 calories or less per serving, and also a protein plus meal with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. So if you want to give it a try, click the link in the description below or head over to factormeals.com/dreamers50 and use code dreamers50 to get 50% off. And remember, when you try Factor Meals by using the link in the description below, remember that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Giannis Antetokounmpo had to say about the way the Lakers were guarding Damian Lillard, and we're going to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to what Giannis had to say here.
That you say, okay, yeah, this guy is different. But again, as I said, I've been with the Bucks for this is my 11th season. I've never seen from the first play of the game somebody being double teamed. It was a surprise. It's a preseason game. It's not the playoff game. It's not the regular season game. It's not the in-season tournament game. Or the playing game. It's a preseason game. And he was double teamed. So it's insane, man.
So you heard what Giannis had to say. Now, funny enough, at the end of that game, because they played it on ESPN, Damian Lillard was actually interviewed to give his thoughts on how he was played in that first game, what he felt like to go out there and play with this team for the very first time. So what we want to do is play a little bit of what Damian Lillard had to say, and then we'll come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Dame had to say here.
First game in a new uniform, how'd it feel?
I felt great. Obviously, it's always a little bit of rust in the beginning. But the game was very simple. It was just a matter of getting my wind up, just kind of getting in the rhythm. They came out, blitzed me from the beginning, so it woke me up. It was just good to be back on the floor.
That's what Coach Griffin told us that they were blitzing you. They were doing all sorts of stuff to get the ball out of your hands. But he said you guys were almost too unselfish, that he wants more shots up from you guys, you in particular. Yeah. How does that process work here moving forward?
I mean, it's not something that I'm not used to. I'm used to getting blitzed. I'm used to having a lot of attention on me when I had a ball. So I just wasn't expecting it here, right away. But, I made the same plays that I always make. I hit the pocket. I made the advanced pass sometimes. I hit a couple skip passes. But that's how I play. I loosen up the defense. I make the right plays. And then, I find my spots and I get aggressive in moments throughout the game. And that's what I did tonight. It was just a shorter leash tonight, shorter minutes. First game out here this season, so I felt good, and we just keep building on that.
What do you need to do to get yourself more comfortable with this particular group, whether it's on or off the floor?
I've been on the floor with them a decent amount, over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I feel comfortable. I played for Terry Stotts my first 9 years in the league. And a lot of what we do offensively is what I did with him for 9 years. So it's been pretty simple, as far as that adjustment. I think my game complements the guys really well. So it's been seamless. It hasn't been hard at all. And I think now it's just a matter of being able to play against other teams and get used to each other and how we're going to operate out there.
So you heard what he had to say. Here are my thoughts. First of all, again, I'm someone that pays absolutely zero attention to a preseason game. So for the Lakers to do that, I have no idea why they did that. Absolutely no idea. Number one, LeBron wasn't even playing. Number two, if you won the game, what would it mean? What does it mean? The Lakers win a preseason game. What does it mean? It means absolutely nothing. If they lost the game, it means absolutely nothing. The only people it means something to are just emotionally unstable people that pay attention to these games don't mean anything. Why are you getting yourself worked up for a preseason game? Number one. Number two, I think that the Lakers most likely are going to get a whiff of those comments and they may feel a type of way about it. To me, I don't know why, because if I look at the box score in that game, let's look at the minutes. Giannis played 15 minutes. Brook Lopez played 22 minutes. Damian Lillard played 22 minutes. If you look at the Lakers, Rui Hachimura played, 17 minutes. AD played 19 minutes. Christian Wood played 23 minutes. Taurean Prince played 15 minutes. D'Angelo Russell played 20 minutes. Scottie Pippen Jr., who played pretty well, actually, I was watching it, although he didn't shoot very well, but he looked pretty decent to me when I was watching him. He played for, 25 minutes. So to me, this is not a serious game to begin with. It's not a serious game, and I think that's what Giannis is talking. It's like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's a preseason game. No one is here taking this game seriously. I remember about 2 years ago, Kawhi Leonard was playing in a preseason game, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, son is looking trash right now. I'm like, this is Kawhi Leonard? He don't even look like the same person. The minute the regular season started, that's when I knew Kawhi Leonard was Kawhi Leonard. So for the Lakers to be doing that, maybe they were trying to send them a psychological message. Maybe they were just trying to make it difficult, whatever the case may be. Now, if some of the Laker players or Laker staff, coaching staff, get a whiff of Giannis's comments and they feel like, oh, okay, well, that's how he feels, we're going to use some bulletin board material. You're going to need a lot more than that. You're going to need a lot more than that in terms of material to stop these guys. To me, listen, the Lakers lost. it wasn't really a close game, but LeBron didn't play. He didn't play in the game. So I don't understand what we're supposed to be getting from this game. To me, man, it's the preseason. People need to relax. But I can understand where Giannis is coming from. It's like, yo, bro, relax. It's a preseason game. Like, nobody, like, you win, you're not getting anything for it. So I understand where he's coming from. So what I want to know from you guys is simply this. What are your thoughts on what Giannis had to say about the way the Lakers were guarding Damian Lillard? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.